carefully into the oven. Now you must remember at this point that the oven door and the inside of the oven is very, very hot. So the oven is currently running at 275 degrees. Outside of the oven is fine, it's cool to touch all over, so there's no problems. Once you open the door, you need to be making sure that you're using the pizza paddle or the handle to make sure that things are going in and out of the oven for your own safety. So we'll just place our lightly oiled tray into the oven and we'll leave that in there just for a couple of seconds just to warm up. Now if you're going to place the pizza paddle on top of the oven, make sure that you place it on top of the oven this way and not sliding it this way. The sharp edges of the pizza paddle will actually cause indentations and damage to the membrane on the front of the menu panel. So just be very aware of that. In most cases we recommend that you place the pizza paddle on a bench or table next to the oven rather than on top. Okay, so now what we've done is we've allowed the tray that we placed in the oven a moment ago to warm up. We lightly sprayed some canola oil onto the surface just so nothing sticks. And what we'll do now is we'll place our 2 chicken wingdings onto the tray. See the way that they're nice and evenly spaced out. So what we don't want to do is have too many things piled on top of each other or too close to it together. The whole purpose is to allow the air to circulate around the food so that heat can penetrate through to the centre. So we'll place the tray now into the oven, close the door, and then we go to our menu. So we're looking for our breaded chicken and our frozen tray wingdings ×2, and we press that button. So now in 2 minutes and 55 seconds it will cook and brown the wingdings perfectly, just like they've come out of the fryer or been baked in a traditional oven. But now what we're doing is we're cooking them at high speed. So the cooking cycle is almost finished. You can hear the oven is starting to make a beeping sound, and it actually has the thing on there, cooking complete, please remove the product. So now what we do is we open the door, using the pizza paddle handle again, we take the products out of the oven and we place them on the side, and as you can see they're nice and golden brown, just like they've come out from the fryer. And again, there's settings on there for things like 2s of, 4s of, 6s and 8s and so on and so forth. So what you'll find is you get consistency in quality and speed in cooking. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a piece of breaded fish. So the breaded fish on the menu says to go on the basket. So we place the fish on the basket lengthways into the oven. Remembering that the basket is actually a rectangular shape, so we need to make sure that the basket goes into the oven correctly. If it goes in this way, you can see there's too much basket left over here, then it will not fit in the oven correctly. The basket goes into the oven sideways on, so it fits onto the paddle, and we place it into the oven. Now just as a tip, don't leave the basket in the oven whilst it's not having food cooked on it, and remove it from the oven as soon as it's finished cooking. So now we go to our frozen fish menu item. We press frozen fish, and on the down page, frozen basket crumbed fish ×1. And that will take 2 minutes to cook. So again, we're just about to have the frozen crumbed fish fillet finish. So we're looking for the sound. The longer you leave the oven going with the food inside it while it's beeping, the more it is going to cook and colour. So again, we slide the pizza paddle under the fish, and there's our nicely cooked frozen crumbed fish fillet. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've cooked our chicken, we've cooked our fish, and now what we're going to do is show you how to use the griddle tray. So basically what we need to do is place the handle into the griddle tray assembly, like so, take the griddle tray and place it into the oven. Now with this, it has a coating on the top called Excalibur, which is similar to Teflon, only a lot more non-stick. So we don't need to add any oil or any spray onto this to help it. So we'll place this into the oven just to warm through whilst we season our meat. So what we have here is a 250 gram Scotch fillet. So yours will come cryovac, which means it will be wrapped in a plastic outer. You must make sure that you remove any plastics before you do anything in the oven. So the rule of the Merrychef oven is you can use glass, you can use oven-proof ceramics, and you can use approved metal trays, but no plastic under any circumstances. And that even includes ones that say they're oven-proof or microwave-proof, because they will melt. So we've got our fresh beef steak here. In your case, it will have been thawed out and then removed from the plastic packing. We'll just lightly pour a little bit of olive oil over our steaks, and just, if you want, just give that a little bit of a rub in. Turn the meat over, just give it a little bit of a rub again to let that oil go in there. Now, with a little bit of cracked pepper, we'll just gently crack the pepper over the top. Now what we suggest is these steaks will cook in just a few minutes, so what you don't need to do, and you shouldn't do, is actually put them into the oven and then hold them in a hot cabinet or anything like that, because it kind of goes against the point of the whole process. So what we want to do is to be able to offer our customers a freshly cooked piece of meat, whether that be a steak or a lamb or a piece of chicken, rather than holding it in a hot cabinet, because that allows waste to happen. So we don't fill our hot cabinet up with chicken and all of the other products. We keep small amounts in there and we renew them and refresh them more regularly. Just a little bit of a different process to get into. So, a bit of olive oil, salt and pepper on both sides of the steak. The tray's been in the oven for a couple of minutes now while we've done that. And what we'll do is we'll just take the tray from the hot oven and we'll place our steak onto the actual tray. And as you can hear, it's starting to sizzle. Pop that into the oven. And then we go to our beef menu. So, page down to the second menu, and it says beef steak. We press our beef steak, and there we have our Scotch fillets. So we have rare, medium, medium well, and well done. So what we'll do here is we'll press a medium steak. So we follow the line across to the button and press the button. So in 2 minutes and 45 seconds we'll have a nice freshly cooked steak. So our freshly cooked steak is now ready. It's just ready to come out of the oven. So again, we open the oven as quickly as we can to stop the cooking process. We place the griddle handle onto the tray and we take the steak from the oven. Now what we want to do is allow that meat to rest now. So we'll take it from the tray, leave it somewhere to rest, and perhaps this is an opportunity to cook another item. So a point to remember with any meats is what you need to do is to allow them to rest for a period of time when they come out of the oven. This allows the meat to relax and also allows the meat to finish the cooking process. So if we want our steak to be medium, then we need to leave it, if it's in the oven for 2 minutes and 45, we need to leave it for at least half that amount of time. The steak will still be hot, but it will continue to cook until it's finished and ready to serve. Okay, so at the end of the day now, what you need to do is to go through the cool down process. Now this is really important that you don't just turn the oven off at the switch, but you follow this procedure. That allows the computer systems and the fibre optic cables that are in the top of the oven to cool down properly, and will also allow you to access the oven for cleaning a lot more quickly. So the cool down process will take about 25 minutes. And what we need to do is we need to get ourselves ready. So the first thing we do is we have our tray of ice. Now, what I tend to do is put water in the tray, pop it into the freezer, and just allow that to freeze solid like I have here. Next thing we do is we go to our cool down button, which is this button here. It looks a bit like a thermometer with a down arrow on it. You press that, and it will say cool down mode. Please place load in cavity and press start. we place the load of ice into the actual oven cavity like so, close the door and press start. The oven now says cool down mode, oven hot, please wait, and the fan will start to go. So basically now what we need to do is carry on with our other closed down items, allowing the oven to cool down, and we'll come back to it in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes time when it's cool. Okay, so now whilst the oven is in the cool down mode, that you can hear going in the background, I'll just quickly run through some of the things that you're going to need for cleaning the oven. The first and most important thing is personal protective equipment. So glasses, I wear spectacles, so that will protect my eyes, but most certainly all of the time wear gloves. Now, to clean the inside of the oven, there are two chemicals which you will have received with the oven when it was unpacked. The first one is a Merrychef oven protector. The Merrychef oven protector is used after the oven is cleaned, but before it is used for cooking, to allow a barrier to form on the inside of the walls of the oven, which makes cleaning a whole lot easier. If you don't remember to put this on, it's not the end of the world, but it will make cleaning a little bit longer for you. The next thing that we have is our K's oven cleaner. Now you can only use K's oven cleaner because the oven has a catalytic converter built into it. If you use any other cleaner that is caustic, it will cause damage over a period of time to the catalytic converter. So please, only the K's oven cleaner, no other chemicals are acceptable. You will also need a chucks cloth and then a nylon scouring pad of some description, whether that be a Scotch pad or a gold pad scourer, depending on which you have available. And then last but not least is a metal steel wool scourer. This is only to be used where there is a very severe build-up on the oven and only to be used lightly. So no heavy-handed work with the metal scourer. So the first thing that we do is we take our dirty accessories that we've been using during the day and we pop them into the sink in hot water. Now remember, they are hot when they come out of the oven, so the water is going to also heat up. All we need to do then, with this particular one, is taking our green scourer and we just give that, taking the griddle tray away from the top, and we just give that a very quick scrub. You can see how easily and quickly all of that built up with baked on food is coming off there. Now you might be lucky enough to have a dishwasher, in which case all of these accessories can be popped in the dishwasher to make your life a little bit easier. So once that's all done, basically we'll just give it a quick rinse off and then we'll pop that onto our draining board just to drain. Again, the same with the griddle tray base. We just want to clean in that area around here to get rid of any build-up of grease or fat that might have accumulated during the cooking process. You don't have to worry too much about the underside. It will eventually get a build-up of grease on it, so just give that a little clean as well. If you're really pedantic about it, you can actually spray the outside of this with a little bit of oven cleaner and use the wool scourer on there to remove all of that stain and all of that grease build-up. But it's not really going to cause any problems for you. So leave all of those accessories just to air dry there. The same with our basket. At the end of the day, there may be a build-up on the actual basket of crumbs, grease and fat and so on. So what we want to do, again, taking our scourer and some hot soapy water, let's just give that a light scrub over. You don't need to use any chemicals on here, and everything will all just fall off there on both sides. And then we just give that a bit of a rinse as well. Again, just leave that to air dry. So that's as simple as it is, basically. You need lots of hot, clean, soapy water with just whatever detergent it is, that's fine. All of the accessories will be spraying in a few moments with oven cleaner once the oven is cooled down. So we need to make sure we're wearing our gloves, we have goggles on, and we're doing it in a well-ventilated area as well. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking it's quicker if I quickly spray the inside of the oven before it's cooled down with a chemical. What will happen is the chemical will hit the inside of the oven, it will turn to steam, and then it will come back out of the oven and you'll end up breathing it in